Hello all, my name is Pavan Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, today in this particular video we are going to see how to use elif statement in Python programming. Okay, so let's get into this. So here I have already mentioned it as elif statement in Python programming. Okay, so let's assume that there is a student who is applying for some various universities for his higher education. Probably he is doing masters or PhD or any kind of higher education. Okay, so the university has announced that if the student scores so and so marks, he or she would be getting the scholarship based on the entrance exam scores. Okay, so let's assume that I will just mention here student underscore score. Okay, and here I will just give the input of input sorry of input, enter the score of the student. Okay, so I have just given student, I have given variable student underscore score is equal to int of input, enter the score of the student. Now let's press enter. Okay, so now what I will do is like I will give some condition. Okay, so what I will do is like if student underscore score is greater than or equal to 95, print student is eligible for 90% of the scholarship. Okay, I will explain you everything line by line. So let's mention here elif student underscore score is greater than or equal to 85, print student is eligible for 80% of the scholarship. Elif student underscore score is greater than equal to 75, print student is eligible for 70% of the scholarship. Then what we'll do is else print student is not eligible for any scholarship. So here I will just mention it as student is not eligible for any scholarship. Okay, so let's assume that student has given a entrance exam for one of the university and the university has declared so and so conditions. Okay, suppose if the student scores more than 95% in the entrance exam, means the student is eligible for the 90% of the scholarship for the entire total fees. Suppose if the university fee is $100, so he or she would be getting the scholarship of $90, so he has to pay only $10. So okay, so I'm just taking an example, guys. I'm not telling this is the fees for any particular university or for all the university. I'm just taking an example. Okay, and there is another condition that if the student scores more than 85 marks in the entrance exam, means so he or she would be getting the scholarship of 80% of the entire fees amount. Okay, if he scores more than or greater than 95, he will be eligible for 90%, or if the student scores more than or greater than or equal to 85 marks, then he or she would be eligible for 80% of the scholarship, or if the student scores greater than or equal to 75 marks, then the student is eligible for 70% of the scholarship. Okay, and if the student scores less than 75, then the student is not eligible for any scholarship. Okay, so this is the elif statement, guys. So this statement we basically use whenever we have multiple conditions. Okay, suppose if we have only one condition, means we use if else statement. If there are multiple condition, means we use elif statement. Okay, so now let's try to run this particular cell. So what I will do is, like, I will just enter 96. Okay, now let's press enter. So the student is eligible for 90% of the scholarship for the entire university. Okay, so now let's try to run this particular cell again. I will just give 84. Then the student is eligible for 70% of the scholarship, because the score is greater than or equal to 75, but it is less than 85. So he or she will be eligible for 70% of the scholarship. Okay, so now let's try to run this particular cell again. I will just give 50. Okay, let's imagine that the student has scored 50 marks in the university entrance exam. Now let's try to press enter. So the student is not eligible for any scholarship. Okay, so this is how we use elif statement in Python programming. Okay, so that's all about this particular video, guys. I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. See you one and all. Thank you. Bye bye.